and a lot of people around you talking, and you cannot have a conversation. Have you faced this? Do you relate to it? Yeah? Somebody invented a glass bowl. You put your head into it and you talk. You know, that's the idea here. Of course, I don't have these experiences, so I'll not say whether it's good or bad. Huh? Sorry? Okay, the next one is for ladies. I need your help here to say if it is worth it or not. What is this one? Huh? So, somebody made an umbrella so that, I don't know, what is it, Gucci or what is the expensive shoe called? Gucci. I don't know the name. Those ones, they don't want you to get wet. So, somebody puts an umbrella in the tip of the shoe. Don't ask me what happened. There is a puddle and put that, don't ask me. So, this is how the ideas can be. It can be as crazy as it can be. It doesn't cost you money. You have those ideas. We'll see how it can be used, what it can be used for at a later point in time. Probably it will not end up here. It might end up in something useful. Right now it is seeming useless in the context of what we are, how we are looking at it. Right? Do you guys know this thing called what is that? Boson. You heard that a few years back, this new particle boson was invented. It is called the God's particle, etc. Right? Yeah, in one of the interviews they said, what are you going to do with it? We have no idea what to do with this boson at this point in time. Can it be useful? Because they built such a big structures in the Switzerland, a tunnel to actually get to separate these particles and get that God's particle. You know about it? No? Srikant, what is it called? Switzerland, hydrogen collider, right? Right? Please read about it, it's important. Please Google and read the hydrogen collider. It's one of the best innovations that has happened in the modern history. And there is an Indian involved in that. That boson comes from J.C. Bose. He is one of the people who wrote about this and sent it to Einstein in those days. That's why it is called a boson, right? And when they invented this, somebody asked the scientists when they got separated these particles successfully, and what are you going to do with it? You know, we didn't know from ice we can make ice cream. When actually we started to bring it in-house. We didn't know ice cream. We could do ice cream. In those days, today it's common sense for us, but when it was first made, we didn't know it can be done. So something will come in the future where the boson will be useful or will be the key elements. Right? So these could seem stupid right now, yes, in the current context, but we never know where it ends up. So what I want to advise you or what I want to give a message here is, no idea is stupid. It might seem stupid now, but keep it. You know Star Wars, right? Have you seen Star Wars? Yeah? Star Wars. So many ideas that were fictional in those movies, they are reality today. Right? So many of them. It was laughed at in those days when those movies were made. So don't stop. No idea is silly. Okay, now I'm going to just show you a movie, right? This is about how you can, okay, let's watch it and then. There's no sound to this, but just watch it. It's only music in the background, so just watch it. What did you like about this video? Huh? Nothing? Huh? Yeah. Anything else that you guys liked about this? See, these manufacturing industries, you're all electrical students, you're linked to manufacturing a lot. This is a practical problem you will have in any production setup, right? You have a production chain setup, and if something goes wrong in the middle, then how to deal with it? In this, what you saw was, there was a set of 3 robots that were working in tandem, correct? First pass of the process was done by first robot, second one, and the third. There is a dependency on these, right? In a manual situation, until now it is true in many of these industries, if the robot in the middle fails, then there is a lot of loss that these companies could potentially make. Because it depends on how fast the first one is doing. If the second step is missed and it goes to the third step, then there is a very big, actually makes your visualization, your innovation better. This is what we do in a diverging conversation, right? Whenever you start talking, one thing leads to another. When we don't set a limit, that's what we should do. This will go on for some time in the ideation process. It goes in cycles, of course, and then we get to our next kind of conversation. It's called a converging conversation. You see the contrast now, right? First, you generate as many ideas as you want. Just keep discussing, keep noting it down. Don't stop. And then you start filtering it out. Building a funnel, picking and choosing, reducing the number of options, reducing the confusion. Now, what do we do in this and how do we do this? First one is cluster them. Because when you give a problem, right, people will come up with a lot of ideas, that is true. But somewhere these ideas will be linked to each other. Do you agree? Right? Whenever you are talking about any topic, if 10 people gives you 10 ideas, maybe 2 people would have made that. If you put a Venn diagram around it, there is a common space. Right? So you cluster these ideas together. Cluster them and then say, okay, these are more or less similar. And then you create as many clusters as you can with what you have identified. And then make a mix and match. What is this mix and match? Okay, there are 3 ideas. 2 features from this idea is fantastic. It is good to have. 1 from the other idea is fantastic. That's what you have. 2 from the third one is also nice to have. So you break these 3 into one idea. That's what you do with mix and match. I put there because that's where mix and match actually makes a lot of sense, right? Because I was seeing this, some meme, I think. Somebody was making a samosa with a jamun inside. Have you seen that? And there was some to and fro going on, somebody in support of it, somebody calling it maybe, somebody called it. And also I saw one more, something called a panipuri with a thumbs up. Yes. Did you see that? It is crazy, but you know that's what happens when you mix and match. Some people will like it, some people will not. But when you mix and match here, it better be a good combination, right? Like a pizza, where you bring in all the things together, different kinds of things together, and you make a nice one out of it. So this is exactly what you have to do with the ideas also. When you actually go through a workshop, right, you will see this working. Right? That's why we always work in teams when we try to innovate. Different people keep different ideas and we bring them together. Now the next one we need to do here is narrow down. This is the time where having too many is a burden. Right? Having too many, you will not be able to make up your mind. What you want to build, how you want to build. Now you have to narrow down. Put a funnel and then say, okay, these are all nice to have. Right now, from this situation, this is not so relevant. So we will keep it aside. You're not going to throw away anything, you will keep it aside. And then you build a funnel and you narrow down to few ideas. Now, how many is few? That's a good question. Again, it depends on your budget, on the time, amount of time that you have to make this project work, or how urgently you need this first phase of the project done. It depends on all these factors, environmental factors, and then you narrow down to, out of 10 ideas, these are the 3 that I'm going to work on. Right? You will narrow down.